Welcome to Two Guys, Three Crowns, the podcast that talks about what it's really like to live in Stockholm, Sweden. I'm Sean, and with my fellow American Rodney, we break down the good, the bad, and the just plain weird. It's quite the journey, so join us for the ride.
White Owl!
We're surfing on snow over here, people.
Wipe out.
Yeah,
You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
yeah, I told you. I put my chair outside. I knew it was just a matter of time. It's like, I baited the weather.
You know, we were joking yesterday, Sunday, Easter Sunday, in my house that Rodney must have put the grill away because it was gorgeous outside. It was pure sun, high of 12 with this time of years. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
But then I was like, deep down in my bones, I was like,
Yeah.
something's going to happen.
This ain't
This is
good.
why we can't have nice things,
This
you know?
it ain't good.
It was just waiting, and then like 9 o'clock at night, like our little alley that goes through the two buildings, just not even like that. It sounded like a jet engine, man. I was like, "What is that?" I look outside, and the bushes are going
Right,
back and
yeah,
forth
yeah.
and everything. I'm like, "Oh my god." No, Rodney definitely has to grill outside, but I feel it's my fault this time because we grilled last night. So I think the grill gods came on me this time.
Okay. Yeah, we were, and I was talking to Lena today while we were out on our walk in this weather. You know, again, Swedes say that there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. So
No, there's bad weather too, let me tell you.
No, it just, yeah. It's got like, have you guys looked outside lately? But we went ahead. We were like, we were doing our walks and snow be damned. We put on all of our gear and we went out and we took our usual 3.5 kilometer walk down by the. But
Respect,
Lena,
man, respect.
Yeah. But Lena said that typical Swedish April weather. And
It's April.
but I guess
no.
no.
I hail originally from the mid-Atlantic East Coast. This isn't April weather. I'm sorry.
I just had a one of those little Facebook things pops up, and it was what are those things? Anyway, it was 11 years ago, and it was a picture that I took outside of our front door. Everything is covered with snow. So
Yes.
I don't remember putting up any of those pictures between now and 11 years ago, but
No, it was crazy today. So Dylan woke up. Good on him. Woke up at 5:30, and I looked at the baby monitor. As you can hear him wailing in the distance there.
yeah.
Look at at the baby monitor. He's fully stood up in the crib, rocking it back and forth and everything. And then I look at my phone next, and it says 5:34, and I just go, "Nope, back to bed." But then when he does it again by like 6 o'clock, then it's like, "Okay, kid, let's go. Yeah,
Right.
Let's mosey on down to the old station here."
Bulle, boompa,
Yeah.
bulle, boompa, bulle, boompa.
Yeah, exactly. There better be Monday morning cartoons over here because it's a holiday weekend. But then I look outside and it's just like, it's no. You know that guy in Family Guy, the quintessential, like the black weatherman? It's raining sideways. Thanks, Ollie. It was snowing sideways.
Yeah.
My God.
It's like, hey, when you sent me that little movie clip, I wasn't sure. I was trying to move. I was like moving my phone around. I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense.
The orientation's all wrong. It can't be right.
Yeah, that was. But I'm wondering a little bit because where you guys are situated there in Hammarby and you got those big buildings, does that trap wind at all? I mean, do you get into some kind of weird?
It
Are you gonna be
depends
time
which
traveling
direction
soon?
it's blowing. Honestly, it's not as bad now as when we
Okay.
were on Lumagaten.
Okay.
where the big crane is right there, because there, I don't know, for whatever reason, it would just come down the canal and just turn right up that street. So when you would come out of like the Tvarbanen or something coming home, and you, especially in the winter, you would make your way, as soon as you turned down the street, it was just a wind tunnel.
Right.
But normally we've been pretty, if you go down our little strip through the, what'd you call it, the courtyard,
Yeah.
and then you go, once you get to the water, then it's quite windy. But
Okay.
normally we're pretty protected. But
Because
back
they
in our
do, like,
courtyard,
yeah.
it's fine, not a problem. But yeah, it was howling.
Right, but they do, like, I mean, there's people that do studies on that, right? I mean, there's people that went to school that, like, I mean, there's people that like design the buildings, there's people that build the buildings, but somewhere in between there, isn't there like a group of people that make sure that, okay, if we build this
Yes.
here and build that there, it's
Yes, I know for a fact. And there's an artificial intelligence designed to do this. I did the voiceover for them. So I learned about this kind of thing.
oh, you did. Was it a serious voiceover or was it a cartoony one? Was it? Hey,
No,
here
it was a
comes
real
Mr.
voiceover.
Wind."
They're based out of here in Stockholm.
Okay.
Ingrid Cloud.
Ooh.
It's all about, it's kind of like a computer model that designs wind tunnels for, like, you know how you build buildings in CAD, AutoCAD?
Sure. Yeah.
And you make these 3D models, and then it, like, basically simulates how the wind goes, and then it blows your building over, and you're like, well, guess we got to start over, don't we? The pedestrian on the street goes flying away like the Wizard of Oz. Oops.
Yeah. Okay, Lars, we're going to need you to gather up the Legos again. We're going to start over, and yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, exactly. That's what it seemed like. And I just took one look out the window today, and I'm like, Dylan, I hope you don't want to go to the park because we ain't going.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we buckled down and we went. It wasn't that bad. And there were a surprisingly large amount of people out today. There weren't a whole lot of cars in the parking, but as we were going to our spot, we were passing a ton of people.
Really?
And I'm like, yeah. And yeah. But that's the outdoor spirit. I go,
Man, this weekend has been a weird study in the density of where Swedes congregate for Easter COVID weekend, I must say. Because yesterday it was gorgeous, as I said, and we went out, we took Dylan to the park in the morning, and then in the afternoon we did a bike we did our first trip over to Snö, the gelato place.
Oh, you went to the ice cream.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not-
we got to hit it up. And we made it
okay.
in like, he woke up at 3:05 and it was closing at 4. So we're like, get his clothes on, let's go, change the diaper, hurry up, we got to get out of here. And like pumping the tires furiously and all this kind of stuff. And we made it there, there were like 5 people behind us before they shut it down. And so they're like wiping off all the flavors. And, yeah, but still, it's so good. The gelato is so good that you're just like, I don't care. Just like give me the vinegar and salt one. It's gonna taste amazing. I
That's
don't
fine.
care.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was so
yesterday
good.
yesterday you guys went to Snö, and today Snö came to you.
Yes, exactly.
That's the way. Yeah.
But on Friday, so we've been struggling a bit with the whole COVID thing. We've been getting stuck in this routine of, we're around on the weekend. We go to the park to let him play on the playground if the weather's nice, but the weather's been awful for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
So we were like, man, it's a 4-day weekend. We got to get out of here. We got to get out of town. But where can we go? And I'm like, there must be a place in the world, especially in Sweden, where they have a spa for adults, but also like a Disney park for kids. Like, this has to be a concept. Because someplace like Disney has spas inside of the complex, but you're going to Disney. You're going to a spa inside Disney.
Yeah. Right.
And otherwise you're going to a spa and there's like a little kids room,
Sure.
to keep them occupied. But there has to be a joint of the two. Well, wouldn't you know, we found something as close as we're gonna find it in dun 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 in Westeros.
Oh.
Or as they call it here, Westeros.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this place. It's something like Kokpunkten or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But it used to be a coal power plant that they've since gutted out in like the 90s or the early 2000s, and they've made it into an indoor water park.
Why not?
I know, it's Sweden, so you can't have an outdoor water park. You're never going to make any money. It's only you can only use it 1 month out of the year. So what are you going to do that for? You got to do it indoor.
Yeah.
But it's got like dance lights, like disco lights, laser lights, like music bumping the whole time.
Okay.
And there's like all sorts of stuff. It's just they've got these, what would you call it? Slides and tubes where you take the tubes down and then you like do flips and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, like a water park.
Right.
But then they have plenty of stuff for small kids too, where there's like fountains and like waterfalls and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was amazing. So we took Dylan up there, and he was having a blast the whole time. He was loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what do I see in the afternoon? Out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, wait a minute. This guy over here, he looks kind of familiar. I'm like, where do I know this guy from? And I'm like, Bolly Bumpa.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah. The black guy who's on Bolly Bumpa.
Okay.
He's like super tall. He's like taller than the guy in the weird dragon
the actual
dinosaur
Bully Bumpa,
outfit.
right.
Yeah. And he's the one with the train. So he like tries to organize all the gifts that he gets given,
Okay.
and then the train takes him away. And I'm like, Dylan, oh, look, who's that? Look
No,
at my
you didn't.
And he's like looking, he's like, what are you talking about? It's a guy in a
Did it
purple
click?
bathrobe. I'm like, Dylan, Bolly Bumpa.
Right.
But yeah, he couldn't put two and two together. I'm like, damn it.
You should have like carried him over and stuck him right in his face. Be like,
I know,
Dylan?
right? He would have been like, I have no idea who you are. Like, where's the music? I don't know you
Yeah.
without music.
Without the music, right. Hey, do you think that guy gets recognized though when he's out and about?
In
Bully Bumpa
a
guy?
situation like that where there's kids all over the place, it has to be. It has to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's kind of gutsy move just to even go to a place with a bunch of little kids. If you're like in a kid's show.
Yeah, but you know, it's Sweden too, so it's not
Okay.
like you're broadcast to 300 million people. You know what I mean?
What would be funny though is if he goes out clubbing and there's people that recognize him.
Bully
Hey, that's the Bully Bumpa guy. Nobody else. There's only like two guys. Hey, that's the Bully Bumpa. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah. Cool.
Exactly.
Westeros, right on. So that's on the radar. And
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that like you think is he hooked? Is he going to be like, hey, we got to go to Westeros?
Yeah, well, if he's buying the bus and train fare to get out there, then yeah, we can go any weekend. But yeah, last time we went to Westeros was where we first did our biometrics for our pink cards,
Okay.
our residency cards.
Right.
So I'm used to just like you take a train from Stockholm Central,
Yep.
and then you go right out there. It's super easy. But
Yeah.
now there must be a construction project or something on the track. So we had to take a bus and then to a train and then take the train out there.
Okay.
But it still wasn't that bad. It was just one change. And it was a coach bus. It wasn't like a city bus kind of thing.
Hey, you guys didn't have to go through Goldmarsh, did you?
No. We did. We like with Dylan, we're like, screw it. We're getting an Uber straight to Central. We're not doing anything like that.
Yeah.
Keep away from Gulmers, keep away from Slusen and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
No, thank you.
Yeah, I could just imagine. I mean, like you're looking at mapping out the whole trip, and it's like, oh, Goldmarsh. No, can't do it.
Oh, normally because of where we are, they're like, walk 10 minutes to go to Henriksdal bus station and then take any of the 8,000 buses, go to Slusen, take Slusen one stop to Central, Centralen, and then go wherever you have to go. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, but so you guys had the bikes out.
We had the bikes out. That is right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, so between my lawn chair and your bikes, I think that's probably what.
That's
brought
what I'm
this
saying. I
final
think the
snowstorm.
snow has to follow me because we had the bikes out. We went to snow. Then I did the grilling in the evening. So yeah, I think this one's on me.
Hey, we got to write all this stuff down so we don't do the same thing next year. Because if we're sitting here a year from
The
now,
snow gods.
recording an episode, going, you know what? I think we shouldn't have done that. That brought the snow.
Hey, if I go to this crazy water park again next year and the Bolly Bumpa guy is there again, I'm gonna be like, Rodney, put the grill away. Don't even try it.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, we get into this little Groundhog's Day scenario, right, where it's just like up, eat, boom, don't. I mean, it's like this routine thing. So I mean, it's nice to step out of that. I mean,
Yeah.
if you got to step out of it all the way to Vesteros, cool.
Yeah. And we did a little. We spent the night at one of the Scandic up there, so that was nice to do like a little home away from home kind of thing.
How was that? Was there anybody else out and about, or?
Oh, it was packed.
Yeah.
So when we
yeah.
got there, it was probably 1 o'clock when we checked into the hotel. Maybe around 12:30 actually. And we were like just hoping that they would allow us to check in early because that's Dylan's nap time. So
Right.
I was outside in the parking lot doing paces back and forth, hoping like, please give us a room kind of thing. And they did. They allowed us to check in early, but then there was no one there. The parking lot was empty. There were a few people showing up. So then we took Dylan up. We had our little nap. When we came back down to go to the water park, the parking lot was packed.
Yeah.
I'm like, where did all these people come from?
Yeah.
And then we get home later, when we got home Saturday afternoon, everything was empty except for the playground. Every parent in the world with their kid was out there, and it was like more packed than like a Gronalund on a summer weekend.
Okay.
I'm
But
like,
that's a lot
yeah,
of that.
y'all not wearing your masks in there, are you?
Yeah. That was going to be my next question. How was the mask situation with
Well,
all
you
the
can't
people
wear a
out
mask in
about?
a water park. You'll waterboard yourself.
Okay. Right.
And I'm like, if you're in a water park, you're already in the petri dish anyway. If you're going to
Yeah.
catch something, you already got it.
That's
You know?
pretty much right. Yeah. Yeah. True. Very true.
But yeah.
Hey, I came across something. Oh, it was on Instagram. Got a little thing that popped up, and it was the U.S. Embassy here in Stockholm, and it was a little clip of. I don't know who she is, but I know that she's one of the real well-known. But it's the USA. The women's soccer team is coming. The U.S. they're
Here to
playing-
Stockholm.
Yeah, they're playing Sweden in a friendly match next Saturday.
No way.
Yeah.
How are
gonna
they
be
getting
at,
in?
They're going to be at Friends Arena.
No way. I'm sure
don't
no
know
one can
the-
get tickets because, my group now, that was the other news of the weekend. I'm not going to get my first dose till the end of August, apparently. So,
But at least you know when you're.
well,
getting-
for now, until it gets to August. And then they're like, nah, we're thinking December.
Yeah. Well, I saw that they just went out with Pfizer, that they were supposed to be getting twice as many doses from Pfizer as they originally thought. Which I guess twice as much if you're supposed to get 2 shots. I don't really know. I'm not like a math person, but hopefully it works out for everybody.
But that would
next
be
Saturday,
amazing to go see the women's soccer team, though.
Yeah.
That would be so much fun.
I'm definitely I'm going to my couch like everybody else.
I love it.
Yeah, but that'll be so that's on the radar. Everybody, next Saturday, Sweden, USA, ladies soccer. Hey, what did you guys do yesterday food wise for Easter?
Food wise for Easter, we did and I have to realize after the fact. So Brazilians, they come from a Catholic country, right?
Sure. Yeah.
They have a giant statue that's 100 foot tall of Jesus Christ with his arms outstretched. So
Yes.
you have that. So she's used to, you eat, especially on Good Friday, you're supposed to eat fish.
Fish.
Well, we were in this water park in a hotel. That went out the window real quick.
Okay.
So for Easter, we did a nice little barbecue of a couple New York strip steaks.
Ooh.
And then I did blanched broccolis.
Okay.
And normally what I love to do to blanch broccoli, if I'm back in the U.S., you blanch them. So you boil it for a minute, maximum 2, and then you throw it into ice water to stop the cooking process. Drain all the water out, and then you pour like Italian salad dressing over top.
Oh, nice. Yes.
So I kind of made my own homemade salad dressing, a little vinegar, a little like Italian herbs and olive oil and stuff like that. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then did a little pink peppercorn sauce, a little creme fraiche, little pink peppercorns and
Okay.
horseradish.
No mandatory Swedish herring dish. No
No,
silver or-
no. Can't say we indulged in that one.
Okay, means you're gonna have to double up for Christmas.
Well, hey, you keep promising me surströmming for what's it? Midsummer.
Yeah. I mean, eventually we're just gonna have to do it. We're just gonna have to
Bite the bullet.
We're just gonna
Literally.
No, we're definitely gonna have to leap off that.
What
But
did you
wait a
guys
little bit
do?
Longer. Yeah. We actually, Lena was she experimented a little bit, but we packed a lunch and went to her parents out in Tullinge.
Ooh, I like it.
Fantastic weather, yeah. So we were able to sit outside, socially, kind of responsible distance. But Lena had actually made a silltårta, which is like a herring.
A herring
Well,
cake?
it translates to herring cake, but it was almost like a cheesecake, but with more like herring ingredients with matjessill, and matjessill is like a salty herring, and it was pretty good. But it was the first time that she made it, so we're going to make adjustments. It was like less onions, more fish.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you saw I made enough devil eggs to.
That was like every Easter egg, the påsk egg that I think
Yeah,
you might have
yeah.
had in your coop.
Yeah. No, so I went all in. I was like, if I'm in charge of deviled eggs, then I'm all in. Yeah. So we did deviled eggs, but we had a nice little spread over there, and then she made a cheesecake, which is also kind of a first time thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, kind of a lime cheesecake with a passion fruit topping, like passion fruit on top
Ooh,
of
I
this
like
cheese.
it. I
Yeah,
like
it was
it.
it was really good.
Sounds amazing.
It was funny when she made it though, because the thing that stuck in my mind was like, we can't call it key lime anything, because Sean made it very, very clear that a lime is a lime and a key lime is a key lime.
Yes, it's very true. It's very true. You gotta make your way down to Key West to see the difference. Because there's places even in Miami that'll sell you key lime pie, and it ain't key lime pie, man.
No. Yeah, what are you guys trying to do here?
But you could do a nice thing like a lemon meringue pie, and then throw some lime in there with it. That could be
Yeah.
like a nice little zesty alternative.
Hey, Veronica drove all the way from here to Lena's parents' house, which is, I think it's probably the better part of 50 minutes. And
Ooh,
it's not,
packing in those hours, huh?
Oh yeah, she drove there and she drove back, and she did really well. But it was it's not your straightaway. It's not like hop on the freeway. Hop on the freeway, drive 50 minutes, hop off the freeway. There are some hills and dales and turns and
Oh,
stuff.
I love it. The good experience, though. Hey, I got to say, I remember the first time I ever merged onto a highway when my mother was in the car.
Yeah.
And I think she's never had whiter knuckles in her entire life. I'm like, I got this. Shut up. Let me do it.
Yeah, there's a couple times. There's things like
Quit
that.
talking. You're making me more nervous.
Well, I told you about my mom, right? 2 pillows.
Oh, yeah.
My mom is like 2 pillows on the seat driving. But the small things that you notice, it's like when you, as we were doing the freeway on ramp, I saw how focused she was, like forward, and I'm like, okay, kind of make sure you take a peek to your left too. There's gonna, that's kind of, we're gonna be eventually, you're gonna be meeting whatever's coming from back there is gonna be. But no, it went really well.
All I can say, man, is thank God you're driving on a highway in Sweden and not I-95 in South Florida.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, back in the States and back in the Bay, it's like, okay, this is bumper to bumper traffic. We're going to be teaching you how to. She would never.
How to lay your horn for the next 30
Right.
minutes.
Hey, but the thing is, she would never learn how to drive in anything but like first gear.
Yeah,
it's like,
true. Hey, but that's the most important. You got to get it in the gear, right?
Yeah, but now she's on. Now from first to second, she definitely, you can feel that. There's no more hesitation. It's just like zazz.
I love it. Getting used to that clutch.
Yeah,
That's the
but
key.
it's nice. It is nice. It is nice. two drivers pretty soon.
Now, when you were taking her out the other day, you sent a picture over my way,
Right.
and you were saying that you let her pick the playlist. Always,
Yes.
always lovely for a new driver. But highway driving,
Yeah.
typically where I'm from,
Yeah.
the navigator, the co-pilot, picks the playlist.
Yeah.
So did you let her? Was them's the rules this time, or did you let her run the playlist again?
I figured that I'm going to save that lesson because she's the one. she's the one with the steering wheel. So, you know, yeah, we're still kind of new to this driving thing. So I'm going to let her choose if she can listen to whatever she would like to listen to, as long as we're driving this straight and narrow.
Well, yeah, that's what it was in Pennsylvania. You know, we would always go out to Western Pennsylvania to see my grandparents at their holiday house because it was in between us and them, and it was you just learn the lesson of co-pilot picks the radio station and the playlist, and the driver picks when everyone's going to the bathroom.
Ooh, that's key. Yeah. So keep the driver happy. Play good music, keep the driver happy, or it's going to be a very, very, very long trip.
Exactly, you're gonna be crossing those legs real tight,
Yeah.
real tight.
What's funny was I remember when Adrian got his license, and I remember it so well back then too. Getting the license and then wanting to borrow the car, and it's like, okay, where are you going? And he would go pick up a couple friends, and then they would just drive around listening to music, like in the
Yes.
area, for
Them's
like 2
the days,
hours.
man. Dude, I love, especially the weather that we're coming into right now. It's just perfect joyride weather, you know?
Yeah.
Like roll the windows down, drop the top if you got one,
Yeah.
and then just like blast some music and get some sun, you know? Get
Yeah,
that
need the sun,
turnpike
yeah.
tan. Like
Yeah.
you have to
There
have
you
the
go.
cuff of the sleeve, you know?
Right. Hey, Nunasam is actually a pretty popular motorcycle destination.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a nice stretch of road, both coming down from Stockholm, and then if you take an alternate route towards Södertälje, there's also some nice.
Yeah, the one thing I remember, like when we went to Milan, we went to what's the lake up there that's famous? They've shot the James Bond movie up there.
Lake
and-
Tahoe. Lake Tahoe.
Tahoe. In Italy, the one in Italy,
Okay.
it's George Clooney has a house there. Anyway,
Okay, that one. Right.
yeah, the super expensive one that you'll never live in your entire life, basically.
Okay.
So we took a boat across it to go to the other side, and then you take the boat back just to see the sights and all that. Oh, this is that person's house. This is that person's house,
Right.
and all that kind of thing. And then when you get to the other end, there's all these like sport bikes and Ducatis and all this kind of crazy stuff because you look at the roads and they're like just switchbacks the whole way. So all those Italian bikes, they just love it, you know.
It's like that kind of Tom Cruise Mission Impossible race.
Oh, yeah.
curve
Oh,
kinda,
yeah.
Yeah. Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden the plane's taking off. They're hanging off the outside of the plane. You're like, okay,
That's-
it's a
there we
lifestyle,
go.
I guess,
There
you
we
know.
go. There we go. Yeah. Hey, wanted to let you know that we are in, I don't know how many Harry Potter movies there are, but we've been talking about it forever, and we finally buckled down, and I think that we're on the Harry Potter movie series to where now it's like part 1 and 2. That's like I think it's the last movie.
Like back to
think it's
back.
Yeah, well, pretty well, over a couple of evenings. We didn't do like the Die Hard Godfather 3-day.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're doing that, and it's fun because it's been such a long time since we actually have watched it, and I think the one that we just watched, neither one of us remember. Like the rest of them, you kind of pick up and stuff like that, but the funny thing is that Adrian is up in Kungsengen, and he decided that he was also going to watch, the series, which is kind of funny because we got to like 4 and we figured he was on 4 because when we logged on, it was like halfway through do you want to resume where you watched it? And I was like, no, we're going to make it hard on Adrian. He's going to have to remember where in the movie he
Go
was.
like two movies ahead because you've seen them all. Just like stop right in the middle.
Just
right
stop
before,
randomly,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
right before someone dies. And be like, oh,
Yeah.
right here. That's where you pick up.
Yeah. And we yesterday we watched a movie called Green Book, which was really good. Academy, and somebody had put up a post. It was Jermaine I think Jermaine was going to watch it, and then I was like, oh yeah, I remember, seeing it on iTunes. So went in and watched it. Really good movie.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out. We finally just finished on our side, and with an E.
Oh.
Really good series. 3 seasons of about 10 episodes per season, I think.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a Canadian version of Little House on the Prairie.
What was it called?
And with an E.
Anne with an E.
Yeah, so it's a period piece. It's originally a series of books, and it's set in probably the 1800s.
Oh, nice.
Set in a fictional town in Prince Edward Island.
Okay.
And yeah, it's really, really good. Really good storytelling. You can tell that it was written as a book because the dialogue between the characters is so rich and it's got so much prose. But it's interesting as well because it takes on so many issues of our current day. Of like freedom of speech, freedom of the press, women's rights, minority rights, all that kind of stuff. Like it's really, really well done.
Ah, cool. Anne with an E.
Anne with an E. Highly recommend it.
Sweet.
Looking for a good cry? Anne with an E. Never fails.
I'm going to watch it.
All right, everybody out there in listener land, that's a wrap for this week's episode. Don't forget, if you listen to us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, please be sure to go in there and leave us a review. We would appreciate it oh so much. Then head over to our Instagram page. We always have fun posts, memes, contests, all sorts of stuff going on over there. And then once you're done with that, come back here next time for more 2 Guys, 3 Crowns.